Go ahead, Grant.
Okay, so the first step is to go to your gladiacoin.com in your browser, click on log in, enter your username, enter your password, click log in. So this account has an active 2FA on it. Okay. Over here on the right lower corner of this white box, it says Reset 2FA. You need to put your mouse there, click on Reset 2FA.
Now, you're not getting a token for this right now to log in because it's got the 2FA on, right?
Right. I'm not going to put a token in if you've lost, your ability to your tokens aren't working, whatever the case may be.
Right.
So this tells you to go to your email address that you used on your account to sign up, or is currently registered in your back office, and it will have you a new token
that comes to your email.
And get your token. Double click over the 6 numbers, right click, left click copy, go back to your page, click in the box, right click paste. And when you click Disable 2FA, it will disable your 2FA authentication and will take you to the page to re-enable your 2FA authentication. Now, some may be having trouble with multiple accounts. I strongly suggest log completely out of every account and only log into one account at a time. Log completely out of every account before you go into a new account. You're probably confusing your web browser. You're probably setting up tokens for accounts that are already set up. If something's happening, that's where I would start, by only being logged into one account at a time.
Yeah, because if it works when you've opened it up to begin, it should continue working unless the browser's getting confused by the tokens being opened.
Right, and I haven't had any problems using the Google authentication for this. The tokens expire every 30 seconds and renew. So you have 30 seconds to use that token, otherwise you have to put the new one in.
Okay.
So I'm not going to click Disable 2FA. I know this works. We tested it. And if you have problems...
okay, so they disable 2FA, and then it brings up the next QR code and key to re-enable it, right?
Correct.
If you want to re-enable it.
Right.
Okay, otherwise they could leave it off and just use the token to get in. When you click on login, it sends you a token to log in.
Right, they would have to go to their email every time.
Right.
And copy and paste that token there and
right.
access their back office.
Okay, that should do it. We'll put it out on the Facebook page and see if that helps people. Otherwise, you at this point you can get into your accounts without the 2FA right now, just by when you log into your account, a window will come open like this, and it will tell you to get the token that's in your email. And it won't say disable two-step verification unless you click on the link intentionally to disable it. And it will allow you to enter your account. And then you can decide whether or not you want to reestablish 2FA. They do say, we've been told that this is the wave of the future, to have the two-step verification on all the accounts. But right now, you don't actually have to have it in order to get into your account. But if you do have it, you need to disable it and reset it if you're having problems. Okay.
Now, we have a lot of people asking, how do they set up a 2FA with Google? Can we get into that?
Well, I did a PDF for Apple users. It should be very similar to Android users, I'm assuming.
Well, it's easy to talk about, right? It's easy to tell them.
Here to show it.
Huh?
I can bring up the PDF and go through it.
Okay. But it seems awful simple. When you go to enable it, it comes up with a QR code and a key. And the first thing you're going to do is take a picture of it. And you're going to make a copy of it and print it out on a piece of paper. Put the name of the account on it.
Yeah. What about those that don't have phones?
Well, they don't need phones. They can just print off the code. All they need is the key. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, if they don't have a phone, they don't have a place to put the key, do they?
Right. I mean, my understanding, the Google Authenticator works with the phone. You have to have a tablet or a phone or something. It doesn't work with a PC.
Right, because the thing is actually generated by the app on the phone.
Right. So to go through the PDF tutorial on an Apple device, you'll download and install Google Authenticator.
And that would be the same for Android.
Correct. And so next you want to launch or open the application on your device. And
That would be the same for an Android. Open it up.
And on Apple, you'll see this screen on your device, and it says begin setup. I'm assuming that Android should be very similar.
It'll have a begin setup.
Yeah, so you tap on begin setup. And then next, you're going to see this screen on the left that gives you a choice, scan barcode or manual entry. We'll cover both of these. Scanning barcode, when you tap on scan barcode, you will see, similar to this middle picture, where you'll have to point your camera phone at the QR code on your computer screen in your back office. After you point your camera at the QR code, it will automatically recognize it, and it'll pop over and show you this right picture, showing you the account name and the 6-digit key for those 30 seconds. Okay, so that's doing this, scanning the QR code.
So they take that's the authentication that they plug into the computer?
They're finished, yeah, right? That's it.
Right
That's
there.
all they have to do.
That's all you got to do.
If they don't want to use the QR scanner on their camera, then they basically would come to this same screen when they open the application, tap on begin setup. If they already have been using Google Authenticator and they have accounts already set up, this right picture, they would tap on the plus sign. So if there are no accounts in Google Authenticator, you would start here at begin setup. If you already have accounts, then you would click on the plus sign. So after you click on one of those two, it again gives you the choice to manual entry or scan barcode. And this is what it looks like with no accounts. This is what it looks like if you have accounts. Either way, you just tap on manual entry. Once you tap manual entry, you're going to get this screen on the left. You're going to tap under the word account, and you can type in whatever nickname you want to give your account. And then you tap on the word underneath the word key and type in the 16-digit code that you see on the screen in your back office. After you do that, leave the time-based turned on. Do not mess with this. When you're finished putting in the correct code and your nickname, tap the word done. And then you will see one of these two screens, whether you have existing accounts or this is your first account. That's it. You're all set.
And then the system would just open up to the back office of GladiaCoin.
Yeah, so when you're in the back office, you're going to plug this 6-digit number in, and that'll activate your 2FA authentication. And then every time you log into your account, you open your phone, you open the application, and see here we got GladiaCoin, and I got GladiaCoin 2. So you are going to go to the one that applies to the account you're logging into. If you're logging into GladiaCoin 2, you're going to use these 6 numbers.
And they're the same every time?
They change every 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Just keeps rolling every 30 seconds.
But each account is named that you set up.
Yeah, each account is going to have its own number So Gladia Coin 2 6 numbers will not work on Gladia Coin. Okay.
Okay.
There are times when the same authentication number is used on multiple accounts for the same user, for the same email, and you may get the same digits. There may be the 6 numbers for these 2 accounts could be the same. So it, you know, but that's fine because it belongs to the same person. For example, I set up a few accounts the other day, and when I set up the 2FA for them this morning, all 3 accounts have the same numbers. So that's okay again because I own those accounts and I'm the only one who has access to them on my phone. So you could have the same numbers, but typically they're going to be different.
Okay, just as long as you have the right number for the right account.
Correct.
Okay. And then if they want to make changes, they go do the process again. They go to the reset process.
Exactly.
Okay, do you have it on the accounts now? Or is there one that doesn't have it on?
All of my accounts have 2FA on them.
Okay, all right. All right. Well, that should help because that's what people are complaining about having a problem with.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Grant.
You're welcome, John.
Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate it. So how long does it take you to say log into your account? Is it fairly easy?
No, it is easy. After you do it a couple times, it just becomes second nature. The biggest thing is if I see the timer, over here is the timer, and this is counted down probably, I don't know, 10 seconds or so. So you have 30 seconds. When this timer gets so over here, there's only about 15 seconds left to put this number in. If I know that I'm not going to get these 6 digits in the next 15 seconds, I'll wait. Mm-hmm. And these numbers will flash red telling you they're going to change. And after they change back to blue, you have 30 seconds, and then I'll use the new number. Because, you know, so if you don't get the numbers in quickly enough and push enter, it'll error out. So you definitely want to, you know, give yourself enough time to put the numbers in and push enter or log in so that you don't error out and have to start over.
Okay, so they should have their Gladia Coin back office open and ready to go for this code?
Well, it would be open. That's the point.
They'll be in there. But I was mostly referring to after it's set up and they're logging back into their account, trying to see, you know, how many Bitcoin they've made. Then they would put in their username, their password, and then it takes them to the token page. And when they get to the token page, they want to make sure they give themselves enough time to put these 6 numbers in and push enter. So if like this one on the left, there's only about 15 seconds to get these numbers in and push enter. Mm-hmm. So I would wait personally for the new numbers, and that gives me 30 seconds to put the numbers in without rushing, making a mistake. Because if you don't get these in quickly enough and you push enter, you're going to get an error saying the token was invalid because it had already changed. So just give yourself enough time to type in the 6 numbers and hit enter.
Okay. So that's plenty of time for them to get in there. I think the back office has given them 15 minutes.
It's 30 seconds. Well, your email, if you're doing an email only, mm-hmm. If you don't set up the 2FA, the email expires in 15 minutes.
Right. So this gives them plenty of time to...
But through this Google Authenticator, they only have 30 seconds to use these 6 numbers.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's safer than the other way.
Yeah, but it's changing more rapidly.
Right.
So.
Okay, so they have a choice. All right, thanks.
No problem, guys.
We'll get this up right now.
All right, thank you very much. We appreciate your time.
Oh, you're welcome, guys. No problem.